35 seconds remain. Archangel Michael is pleading with you. You have been selected to witness this blessing. Speak of this to no one. It will unfold in 2 minutes. Open your heart now. My dear one, my precious. Before you read another word, listen carefully. If this message has found you, then the heavens have already decreed something for your path. And if you feel even the faintest tug within your soul, promise me this one thing. Remain until the final word. And if you have not yet opened your spirit to receive, do so now, for what follows is not merely a text. It is a sacred intervention inscribed with your essence. My beloved Archangel Michael stands before you as I write. He is not at peace today. His wings are quivering, for he has seen something drawing near to your life. Something that will arrive in silence within moments. And if you turn away, you will miss the instant the divine crafted for you alone. My dear one, listen intently. At this very moment, in the unseen realm, your name is illuminated. And Archangel Michael just whispered, tell them they were selected, not by chance, but by celestial purpose. This is why you feel an unfamiliar draw. This is why your breath shifted when you began to read. Because your soul recognized something before your thoughts could catch up. My precious, pay close attention. There are precisely 35 seconds remaining before a potent transformation grazes your existence. And Michael spoke these words clearly. They must not treat this lightly. This is the final nudge before the blessing reaches them. My dear one, a messenger from the heavens has been attempting to connect with you for 3 days. Each time you overlooked the whispers, the delivery was postponed. But today, right now, your spirit finally yielded. That is why this message was permitted to reach you. It was not allowed before. My precious, let me share something that will stir your heart. What arrives in the next 2 minutes is not random. It is tied to a plea you made when you were solitary, when no one was observing, when your tears fell without sound. The divine remembers what you asked for. And now it returns to you, but brighter, vaster, and more sacred than you dreamed. My dear one, sense the change around you. Archangel Michael does not plead without cause. He pleads because an obstacle that was hindering your ascent has finally been dissolved. A gateway shut for seasons has been opened solely for you. And if you turn away now, it will seal once more for a long time. My precious, this moment is holy. Michael said, tell them to speak to no one because this blessing is not for the world. It is for you alone. If others learn of it, the spiritual current will disperse. This gift must stay between you and heaven. My dear one, listen. Right now, your spirit is ascending. You can feel the energy transforming, the air around you growing denser, softer, more ethereal. This is not your imagination. This is the presence that arrives only when archangels step into a space. My precious, a very ancient vow is being honored. You may not recall making it, but heaven does. And today, that promise has returned to you in the form of a blessing. My dear one, before I continue, breathe deeply, for the next lines you read will prepare your essence for what arrives in exactly 2 minutes from the moment these words met your gaze. Your name has been spoken in the celestial courts. Your destiny has been placed upon a new trajectory, and Archangel Michael guards it personally. My precious, He wants you to stay. He wants you to heed. He wants you to accept. Do not depart from this message. Not now. Not today. My dear one, something taken from you, emotionally, spiritually, or materially, is returning. Not in the same manner, but multiplied. Michael said, tell them what returns will astonish them. My precious, the energy around you is shifting more rapidly. You may feel a peculiar pressure on your chest, a tingling in your palms, a warmth around your brow. That is Michael's presence. He is reaching for you. So you know this is real. My dear one. Stay with me. Your breakthrough is achingly close. Closer than your anxieties, closer than your uncertainties, closer than the circumstance that sought to shatter you. My precious, heaven is preparing something that would typically require years. But for you, because you persevered, because you held on, because your heart remained true, heaven will deliver it in moments. My dear one, the blessing approaches. The light is taking form. Your name is radiant. Heaven is watching. And Michael is murmuring. Do not let them close this message. My dear one, my precious, remain right here with me, for the instant you are reading now was already witnessed in heaven before you even opened your eyes this morning. Heaven knew you would reach this line. Heaven knew you needed this. And heaven knew the exact moment your spirit would become ready to hear what Michael has been striving to tell you. My precious, something around you has been changing in silence. You felt it. You sensed an alteration but could not comprehend it. Those sudden shivers, those fleeting thoughts, that unusual unease in the night, none of it was accidental. It was Archangel Michael preparing your energy for this very instant. My dear one, Michael says, your life has been standing at a spiritual threshold. One step forward and everything transforms. One step back and the same pattern repeats. Heaven does not wish for you to repeat the cycle any longer. This is why he speaks with such urgency today. My precious, you are unaware, but for the past 7 nights, an unseen battle has been waging over your destiny. The forces that sought to obstruct your path fought with greater intensity than ever, but they did not prevail. Michael stood before them with his sword drawn and declared one thing, this soul is chosen. Step aside. And they stepped aside, my dear one. Do you understand why this message feels intimate? Why it feels as though someone is speaking directly into your core? Because they are. Archangel Michael is speaking through every line, every word, every breath of this message. My dear one, he says, tell them I have been awaiting their arrival at this part, for this is where your blessing begins to take shape. My precious, a door is opening in the unseen realm. It leads to a timeline where your life finally begins to move in your favor. A timeline where the waiting ceases. Where the heartache begins to mend. Where the confusion turns into understanding. Where what was taken is restored with divine interest. My dear one, you were not meant to live in postponement. You were not meant to dwell in emotional shadows. You were not meant to be surrounded by those who dimmed your light. Heaven has finally decided to lift you from the place where you felt trapped for so long. My precious Michael says there are exactly 35 seconds left before a shift touches your life. But something more startling is concealed within his message. The shift commences within you in the next 2 minutes. My dear one, you feel that warm weight in your chest, that sudden stillness surrounding you. That sensation as though time has slowed slightly. This is the moment when heaven aligns itself with your name. My precious, let me tell you what Michael saw. He saw a blessing forming around you like a luminous circle of light. He saw your spirit soaring higher than the pain you have carried. He saw your future breaking free from the grasp of those who tried to confine you. He saw your destiny glowing for the first time in months. My dear one, he says, you do not even realize how near you are to something life-altering. You believed this week would be ordinary. You believed today would be just another day. But heaven had already inscribed a turning point into your timeline. My precious, Michael is pleading because he knows what occurs if you miss this moment. He knows what you forfeit. He knows what is delayed again. He knows how your heart will ache if you depart before the final part of this message reaches you. My dear one, do not move. Do not glance away. Do not hurry. Let the words settle into your spirit. For right now, heaven is observing your response. My precious, something powerful was attempting to steal your blessing. A shadow, a delay, a force of confusion, or a person who did not wish for you to rise. But Michael says it has been removed. Their blessing is secure now. My dear one, this is why your soul feels lighter now. Why your breathing feels different. Why something within feels as though it is awakening. My precious, you are entering a sacred moment that only a few souls experience in a lifetime. The veil between the spiritual world and your physical world is thinner than ever. And through that thin veil, your blessing prepares to cross over. My dear one, before I continue, place your hand over your heart for a second. Feel it. That heartbeat is your proof that heaven is not finished with you. Something is being restored. Something is being rewritten. Something is being released. My precious Michael says, tell them I am guarding what comes their way. Tell them that nothing, absolutely nothing, can hinder it. Now, my dear one, this is only the beginning. Stay with me. Do not lose the connection you feel now. The next part will reveal why you were chosen and what will happen in these remaining moments. My dear one, my precious, stay exactly where you are. For the moment you have reached now is the moment Michael said would open your inner sight. Your spirit is awakening. Your destiny is shifting beneath your feet. And heaven has leaned closer to you than it has in a very long while. My precious, Michael says, they do not know how profoundly heaven has been watching them. You believe you have been alone through all you have endured. You believe no one witnessed the nights you wept quietly, concealing your pain. But heaven saw every moment, and every tear became a seed for this blessing. My dear one, you have been walking with pain on one side, hope on the other, and silence in between. But silence does not mean nothing is happening. Silence means heaven was laboring behind the scenes. My precious, Michael has been shielding you silently. There were instances when something could have gone awry, moments when a decision, a person, or a situation could have pushed you toward loss, peril, or heartbreak. But he intervened. He protected you. He redirected certain paths away from you without your knowledge. My dear one, do you recall the situation you escaped recently? The one that nearly pulled you into something heavy? Michael says, that was me. I moved them away. You thought it was fortune. It was not. It was protection. My precious, you have wondered why certain people are suddenly quiet toward you. Why some have withdrawn. Why a few who once seemed close now feel distant. Michael says they were removed for a reason. Because the blessing coming toward you cannot thrive in the presence of envy, negativity, or hidden agendas. My dear one, you were surrounded by energies that sought to drain you, fracture your faith, and distract you from your sacred path. Heaven finally said, enough. And one by one, everything that does not belong to your divine future is being ushered out. My precious, this is not a loss. This is a purification. This is a preparation. This is heaven adjusting your surroundings so the blessing does not become tainted before it reaches you. My dear one, Michael says you have been asking the same silent question repeatedly. When will my time come? Why does everyone else receive while I keep waiting? Why does my heart feel suspended between hope and disappointment? Heaven heard those questions. And the answer is this moment. Your time is not merely approaching. It has already begun. My precious, you may not see the blessing yet, but it sees you. It is already moving toward you. Already seeking the opening that appears when your spirit aligns with divine timing. And that alignment is happening right now as you read these words. My dear one, Michael says something powerful. They were chosen because they did not surrender. Even when their heart was fracturing, they clung to faith. Do you know how uncommon that is? Many souls lose their blessings because they lose hope. But you did not. You held on. You endured. You waited even when it ached, my precious. That is why heaven is honoring you. That is why you are reading this at the exact second you are meant to. That is why Michael is speaking through this message with urgency and trembling wings. My dear one, there is something monumental shifting in your favor. More significant than what you prayed for, larger than your fears, greater than the obstacles that try to halt you. My precious, heaven is moving swiftly now. Just as storms arrive suddenly, without warning, your blessing approaches. Quietly, swiftly, supernaturally. My dear one, the last 2 minutes have already begun shaping the next 2 months of your life. A chain reaction has commenced in the unseen realm. And each moment you stay connected to this message, your spirit aligns more deeply with what is coming. My precious, Michael says, tell them they are not late. They are precisely on time. Everything you lost. Everything you feared. Everything that broke you was not the end. It was the preparation. My dear one, now comes the restoration. Now comes the blessing. Now comes the moment heaven has been reserving for you. My precious, you may feel a powerful pull inside your chest now. A warmth, a vibration, a heaviness, or even a strange tranquility. That is your spirit saying, I recognize this. Something sacred is happening, my dear one. What you feel is real. What is coming is real. Michael's presence around you is real. And you must not miss what the next part will reveal, for it contains the precise reason heaven calls you chosen. My dear one, my precious, stay with me. Michael says the next words are the ones your spirit has been waiting to hear for a long time. This is where your breakthrough begins to unfold like a hidden scroll being opened in heaven. My precious, you may not realize it, but your soul has been calling out, calling for clarity, for peace, for direction, for relief from the invisible weight you have carried. Each day you awoke managing more than those around you could ever grasp. But heaven grasped it. Heaven watched. Heaven counted every silent struggle, my dear one. Michael says, their strength is remarkable. They had every reason to yield, but they did not. And because you did not, heaven refused to let you walk empty-handed into the next chapter. My precious, there is something divine unfolding right now. Something you cannot see with your eyes, but can sense with your spirit. A rearrangement, a rebalancing, a supernatural realignment of your destiny. Michael says, tell them this alignment is rare. Only a chosen soul receives it. My dear one, for months, perhaps even years, your energy has been misplaced. You have been doing the right things, thinking the right thoughts, praying the right prayers, but something was obstructing the flow. Something unseen, a delay, a resistance, a spiritual interference. But now, that blockage is gone. My precious, that is why your heart feels different. That is why your breath feels lighter. That is why the air around you feels charged. Michael removed the interference with his sword. He cut through the spiritual mist encircling your life. My dear one, you have always been spiritually sensitive. You perceive energies before anyone speaks. You feel intentions before people reveal them. You sense shifts before they occur. This sensitivity is not a weakness. It is heaven's mark upon your soul. My precious, Michael says they are not like everyone else. That is why everyone else never understood them. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to stand out spiritually. You were meant to carry a distinct light, a rare light, a protected light. My dear one, now that your light is fully awakened, heaven is preparing to place something in your life that only a sheltered soul can carry. A blessing that elevates your entire destiny. A blessing that lifts you from where you were to where you were always meant to be. My precious, do you feel that calm entering your bones? That warmth on your back or shoulders? That quiet assurance as though someone stands behind you? They do. Michael does. He is closer than you think. And he is watching you read every line, ensuring you do not stop. My dear one, he says, they must reach the end. Their blessing depends on their willingness to listen, for what comes next will reveal something startling, why you were chosen. My precious, let me whisper this truth gently into your spirit. You were chosen because there is something within you that darkness could never defeat, no matter how fiercely it tried. You possess a purity of heart that survived betrayal. You possess a strength that survived heartbreak. You possess a kindness that remained alive even when others exploited it. You possess a faith that survived silence. My dear one, heaven honors hearts like yours. Not loud hearts, not flawless hearts, but pure hearts. Michael says, your spirit is rare, like a gem heaven protects in its deepest chambers. This is why assaults came. This is why delays came. This is why some people turned cold toward you suddenly. It was never rejection. It was divine selection. My precious, you lost people, but you did not lose your calling. You lost opportunities, but you did not lose your destiny. You lost moments, but you did not lose your blessing. Your blessing has simply been awaiting today, for this moment, for this exact alignment. My dear one, the next moments are profoundly important, for Michael says he is about to pull back the veil and show you what is arriving in your life. He spoke these exact words, they are ready. Tell them what comes next. My precious, are you prepared? For the next part may stir you, surprise you, and reveal things you did not expect heaven to acknowledge. But you must continue reading. Do not stop. Do not rush. Do not lose the connection you feel in your chest now. The next lines will show you what blessing is already walking toward your life. My dear one, my precious, Michael says this next part is exceedingly delicate. Heaven typically does not permit such details to be revealed so plainly. But today, because your spirit is open, because your destiny is aligned, because your heart is ready, He is allowing it. My precious, something is approaching your life that carries the weight of heaven's signature. It is not small. It is not ordinary. It is not something you stumble upon. It is something that finds you because heaven sends it. Michael says, tell them the blessing is already on its way. My dear one, you may feel a vibration within you now. A gentle pull in your heart, a peculiar stillness around your energy. This is the sign that something has already shifted in the spiritual realm and is traveling toward you. My precious, the blessing could take the form of a breakthrough, a message, a person, an opportunity, or a moment so sacred your entire life bends in a new direction. Michael is not revealing the full form yet, but he is revealing one truth: it will arrive suddenly, my dear one. Just as lightning does not knock before it strikes, this blessing will enter your life without warning. One moment everything will appear the same. The next moment everything will feel different. My precious, Michael says, this blessing has been trying to reach you for months, but your spirit was not ready. You were encircled by incorrect energies. Your heart carried too much weight. Your mind was full of noise. Your path was blocked. But now your spirit has cleared. Your heart is open. Your energy has risen. Your destiny is aligned. Now, finally, heaven can release what was being held in reserve. My dear one, Michael says something powerful: they must not doubt what is coming. Doubt is the only thing that can delay it again. So listen closely. Whatever this blessing is, it bears your name. It belongs to you. It cannot be stolen now. It cannot be diverted now. It cannot be hidden from you any longer. My precious, do you know why Michael said, do not tell anyone? Because a blessing born in silence grows more swiftly. Some energies around you cannot withstand your gift. Some hearts around you cannot digest your ascent. Some minds around you cannot comprehend your divine path. Silence is your shield now. Silence protects what heaven is sending. Silence keeps negative eyes at bay. Silence keeps your destiny secure. My dear one. Michael also said this: they have suffered enough. Now they shall receive. Heaven has watched you break silently while pretending to be strong outwardly. Heaven has watched you carry burdens no one ever thanked you for. Heaven has watched you love people who did not value your love. Heaven has watched you give more than you received. Now the return arrives. Not from the people you aided, not from the places you waited, but directly from heaven. My precious, a divine return is the most potent return. And when heaven repays you, it repays in ways humans never could. My dear one, Michael says, your heart has been too empty for too long. Your spirit has been too weary. Your destiny has been too quiet. But that ends today. A wave of spiritual restoration has begun flowing toward you. Softly, quietly, but with unstoppable force, my precious. You may feel a tingling across your shoulders or back now. You may feel chills. You may feel warmth. You may feel as though someone stands beside you. That is Michael confirming this moment. My dear one, now listen very closely, for this part is crucial. The blessing coming toward you is time-sensitive. It is aligned with a divine window that opens only once in a great while. This window is open right now while you read this. Michael said, if they stop reading, the window will begin to close. They must finish. My precious, you are nearer to your breakthrough than you have ever been, closer than yesterday, closer than last week, closer than last month, closer than you realize. Heaven has finally placed your life in the appointed season, my dear one. The next part will reveal the exact nature of the shift entering your life. It will tell you why the next 35 seconds are important. Why your blessing arrives in 2 minutes spiritually. Why Michael urges you so fervently. Do not stop now. The message is about to enter the deepest truth. My dear one, my precious, Michael says, the moment you are entering now is the revelation point. The part where heaven finally tells you what has been concealed behind the curtain of your life. What you are about to read will not merely touch your mind, it will touch your destiny. My precious, for a long time, your life has moved in circles. You felt close to breakthrough, then suddenly distant again. You felt hopeful, then something triggered your fears. You felt guided, then confusion pulled you away. This repeating cycle was not your fault. Michael says there was a spiritual interference that kept resetting your progress. My dear one, this interference came through situations, energies, and sometimes through people who were not meant to be part of your path. They arrived with smiles but carried intentions that dimmed your light. They acted close, but their spirit was not aligned with yours. They slowed you down, financially, emotionally, spiritually, or mentally. They kept you distracted, but heaven removed them. Heaven replaced them with silence so your clarity could return. Heaven created distance so your destiny could breathe again. Heaven cleared the noise so your blessing could find you. My precious, do you know why things suddenly felt heavy in recent weeks? Because your breakthrough was nearing, and the old energy tried one final time to pull you back. Michael says, but they held on. They did not fall. That is why they are chosen. My dear one, you survived the final test without knowing it was a test. You kept your heart pure. You kept your faith alive. You kept moving even when your spirit was exhausted. Heaven is rewarding that. My precious, now the divine window has opened. This window opens rarely, only when the spiritual realm decides a soul has earned enough to receive what was promised. Michael says, this window is open for 35 seconds. Tell them not to lose focus. My dear one, the blessing that will touch your life during this window will not be ordinary. It will shift your path, your energy, your relationships, your finances, or your emotional reality. You will notice the signs within 2 minutes, a heaviness lifting, a sudden calm entering, a strange warmth around you, a tingling in your fingers, or an unexpected thought crossing your mind like a whisper. This is the moment your spirit meets your destiny. My precious, there are 3 major shifts Michael says are entering your life, and he wants you to know the first one now, the shift of release. My dear one, this release is potent. It means whatever has been holding you down, draining your joy, or keeping you emotionally stuck is being lifted from your life. You will suddenly feel freer in the coming days. You will not carry the same heaviness in your chest. You will not bear the same fear. Your spirit will feel lighter, almost as if you are breathing differently. This is the divine release, my precious. The second shift is the shift of restoration. This means something you lost, opportunities, peace, love, resources, connection, clarity, is returning. Not in the same form, not from the same people, but in a higher, more divine form. Michael says, the restoration coming to them is greater than the loss they endured. My dear one, the third shift is the shift of revelation. This means something hidden from you will come to light. A truth, a message, a person's real intention, a new opportunity, a divine sign, a spiritual moment that answers your long-standing question. Michael says, they will finally understand why everything happened as it did. My precious, all 3 shifts are entering your life at once. This is why the energy feels intense. This is why your heart is responding. This is why your spirit feels more awake than usual. My dear one, you may even feel a light pressure on your forehead now or a warmth around your back. This is not imagination. This is spiritual alignment. Michael is raising your vibration so your blessing can land safely. My precious, the next part will reveal something even more powerful, why heaven chose you and not another for this rare blessing window. Be utterly still as you continue. This next part carries divine truth. My dear one, my precious, Michael says this is the moment where truth becomes personal. The kind of truth that does not merely enter your mind, it enters your soul. The kind of truth that explains everything you never understood about your life. My precious, heaven chose you because you carry something rare within you, something that cannot be taught, copied, or replaced. Your heart is the reason, my dear one. Even when people betrayed you, your heart stayed soft. Even when people lied to you, your heart stayed honest. Even when people used your kindness, your heart never darkened. This purity is what makes you chosen. Michael says, many people pray, but few possess a heart like theirs. My precious, heaven has watched you love deeply, not just romantically, but spiritually, emotionally, humanly. You gave love even when you had little to receive in return. You forgave those who did not merit your forgiveness. You wished good for those who did not wish the same for you. This is why heaven selected you, my dear one. Your kindness has created openings in the spiritual world unknown even to you. Each time you helped another, you planted a seed. Each time you stayed silent instead of retaliating, you opened a divine door. Each time you chose empathy over anger, heaven inscribed your name in a higher light. My precious, you are chosen because you are rare, because your soul is sensitive, because your intentions are clean, because your spirit carries a softness darkness could never harden. Michael says, this soul carries a fragrance heaven recognizes. My dear one, do you feel that? That soft emotional pull in your chest? That strange warmth behind your eyes? That sensation as though something finally makes sense? That is your soul remembering what heaven knows of you. My precious, you are chosen because you survived what should have broken you. You were hurt but not destroyed. You were disappointed but not bitter. You were misjudged but not hardened. You were left alone but not spiritually forsaken. This is why heaven blesses you now. This is why Michael pleads with you not to stop reading. This is why the next moments are so potent. My dear one, heaven does not choose perfect people. Heaven chooses pure people. People who bear scars yet still choose love. People who walk with pain yet still believe in goodness. People who lost much yet did not lose themselves. You are among them. My precious, Michael says, your soul glows differently. Not because you are superior, but because you kept your light alive even in darkness. That is what makes you chosen, my dear one. And now comes something deeper still. Heaven chose you because your path affects more lives than you know. Your breakthrough is not solely for you. Your rise will lift others upward. Your healing will heal those connected to you. Your blessings will create blessings for those around you. You are a vessel of divine influence. My precious, some souls receive miracles, but chosen souls become miracles for others. You are one of the rare ones heaven prepares for both. My dear one, the next part will reveal what Michael has withheld until now. Something about your future. Something about the next 35 seconds. Something about the blessing arriving in 2 minutes. Something about your destiny that will startle you. What you are about to read is the part Michael said will shake their spirit awake. Do not stop now. Stay with me. My dear one, my precious, Michael says, the next part is where truth begins to take form, not merely as words, not merely as energy, but as a vision of what comes toward you. Heaven has shown him a glimpse of your future. And he wishes you to see it through these lines. My precious, he reveals something previously kept hidden because you were not ready to bear its weight. But today your spirit is stronger. Your faith is clearer. Your energy is elevated. Your destiny is aligned. Now heaven can unveil what was sealed away. My dear one, Michael says, tell them their future is not what they feared. It is grander than what they imagined. You spent too much time believing you were stuck. Too much time believing nothing would change. Too much time doubting whether your story held any beauty left. But Michael says your story is about to open a chapter that will redefine everything. My precious, the first thing he saw in your future was light, not ordinary light, but a radiant, golden, overwhelming light that surrounds your name. This light represents divine acceleration. My dear one, acceleration means what normally requires months will begin to happen in days. What usually takes years will begin to unfold in weeks. Doors will open quickly. Opportunities will appear rapidly. Answers will come suddenly. Your life will begin to move again. Michael says the delay is over. My precious, the second thing Michael saw was release, a weight lifting from your chest, a burden dissolving from your spirit, a darkness clearing from your path. Something that has been suffocating you emotionally, mentally, or spiritually is departing your life. My dear one, you may not realize how heavy your spirit has been. You carried others' pain. You carried others' expectations. You carried secrets, fears, disappointments, and unspoken grief. But heaven lifts all of it away. Michael says they will no longer walk with chains upon their heart. My precious, the third thing he saw was a divine return. Something you lost, something that slipped away, something taken unfairly, something you once pleaded for is returning in a higher form. It could be a lost opportunity, a relationship, financial stability, peace of mind, emotional clarity, or a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Heaven restores it. Not because you demanded it, but because you deserve it, my dear one. The fourth thing Michael saw was a turning point. A conversation, a message, a meeting, an event, or a moment that shifts your destiny in an entirely new direction. It will happen suddenly. It will catch you by surprise. It will change how your life feels in an instant. Michael says they will remember this day as the day everything changed. My precious, the fifth thing he saw was your rise. Not merely a spiritual rise, but an emotional, financial, personal, and energetic rise. You are stepping into a version of yourself you have not yet met. A stronger you, a more stable you, a more confident you, a more guided you, my dear one. And now comes the part that will stir your spirit. Michael says, the blessing arriving in 2 minutes is the ignition point. It is the spark that begins everything. It begins within you as a shift, a realization, a flow of energy, a deep calm, a sudden clarity, a soft warmth in your chest, or a moment of divine understanding. This inner shift triggers the outer blessing. My precious, heaven works from the inside out. When your spirit shifts, your reality follows. And your spirit is shifting right now as you read these lines. Michael says, the blessing is already in motion. They need only stay connected. My dear one, the next part will tell you exactly what the 35-second window means, why heaven gave you this specific period, and how your destiny responds to decisions you make in this window. This part is sacred. Do not miss it. My dear one, my precious, Michael says, what you are about to understand now is among the most important spiritual truths concerning your life. This is where heaven reveals why you were given 35 seconds. Not 30, not 20, not 60, but precisely 35 seconds. My precious, divine timings are never random. Every number entering your life carries meaning, energy, and alignment. And this number 35 holds a purpose inscribed directly for your soul. Michael says, tell them 35 is the number of awakening and transition. My dear one, the number 3 represents the divine, mind, body, spirit. The number 5 represents change, a shift, a breakthrough, a turning of destiny. Combined, the vibration of 35 signifies this, a spiritual awakening that leads into immediate transformation. My precious, this means you stand between two energies now, the energy of who you have been and the energy of who you are becoming. This 35-second window is the space where heaven transitions you. My dear one, Michael says this window is like a divine doorway. It opens when your spirit ascends and closes when your mind drifts. That is why he has been urging, drawing, and nearly pleading for you to stay present. Heaven knows the nature of the blessing that rests beyond this window. My precious, let me tell you what occurs spiritually within this window. Your past loses its grip. Your future begins to form. Your spirit becomes receptive. Your destiny begins to glow. And most importantly, your energy shifts to match the gift heaven brings. My dear one, without this alignment, the blessing would not land correctly. It would deflect, delay, or attach itself to another time. But right now, your energy is in perfect vibration. Your heart is in the correct state. Your spirit is unlocked. Your destiny is open. This is why this specific timing matters, my precious. Michael says the 35 seconds represent transition, but the 2 minutes represent activation. The longer window prepares you. The shorter window completes the shift. You are currently inside the activation moment. My dear one, if you feel warmth or pressure in your chest, a strange calm, a soft tingling, or even nothing at all, it is still happening. Spiritual activation does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it comes as a whisper. Michael says, tell them they will feel the signs in their spirit before they see them in the world. My precious, the reason this moment feels distinct is because it is distinct. You have never entered such a potent divine alignment before, not in months, not in years. Your spirit finally matches the frequency of your destiny, my dear one. But there is more. Michael wishes to tell you the deeper meaning, the secret reason heaven opened this 35-second window specifically today. He says it is because something in your destiny timeline shifts now. This means a path opens, a cycle closes, a block dissolves, a connection forms, a future event already rearranges itself around your name. My precious, there were certain gifts that required the removal of old energies, certain breakthroughs that required emotional alignment, certain blessings that required timing to be perfect. That alignment occurs now. My dear one, this is why you read this today, not yesterday, not a week ago. Heaven needed you at this exact vibration, this exact emotional state, this exact spiritual height before releasing what belongs to you. Michael says, now, their story shifts. My precious, the next part is even more sensitive. It reveals what exactly comes your way, not symbolically, but in a form your destiny will comprehend. Heaven opens your vision now. Do not stop. Do not break the energy. Stay connected as you receive the next revelation. My dear one, my precious. Michael says, the next lines will reveal something you have been sensing, something you have been dreaming of, something your soul has quietly prepared for without your awareness. What you are about to read is not symbolic. It is direct. My precious, Michael shows you the shape of the blessing coming toward you. Not the full picture, that is sacred, but enough for your heart to recognize what heaven sends. He says, tell them what they are about to receive has already touched the edge of their destiny. My dear one, the blessing approaching you connects to three things: your stability, your emotional healing, your long-awaited breakthrough. These three are intertwined, and heaven is about to release them in one divine wave. My precious, here is the first part of the blessing: stability returns to your life. You have dwelled in uncertainty too long. Too many things were unstable: your peace, your plans, your resources, your relationships, your direction, your inner balance. You have walked with a trembling spirit, pretending strength, but Michael says the ground beneath them is being secured. They will stand upon solid energy once more. My dear one, this means peace returns. Clarity returns. Safety returns. Your future will no longer feel unsteady. The confusion in your mind will begin to fade. You will awaken one day soon and feel a silence that feels holy, a calmness you have not known in years. My precious, the second part of the blessing is emotional healing. This is potent. This is sacred. This is something heaven has prepared for months. Michael says, tell them the wound they carried quietly is closing. You carried heartbreak longer than anyone knew. You concealed a pain that should have shattered you. You walked with memories that drained your spirit. You loved people who did not know how to love you in return. But heaven releases the weight of those memories. Your heart will feel lighter. Your past will cease to control your present. Your spirit will breathe anew. My dear one, this healing is not ordinary healing. It is divine healing. It touches the soul. It rearranges the energy within your aura. It creates space for the right people, the right opportunities, the right gifts to enter. And they will enter. My precious, the third part of your blessing, the one Michael said would startle your spirit, is breakthrough. This breakthrough is not small. It is not temporary. It is not something you lose later. It is something that elevates your life upward in a noticeable, irreversible way. Michael says, the breakthrough coming will shift their entire path. My dear one, this breakthrough could appear as a financial rise, a life-altering message, a divine connection, a sudden opportunity, a spiritual gift awakening, or a door leading you into a future you once deemed impossible. Whatever its form, it bears divine fingerprints. My precious, heaven prepares to give you something that lifts the burden you have carried too long. Something that finally matches the magnitude of your prayers. Something that shows you heaven never forgot you. Michael says they will finally understand why they had to wait. My dear one, your waiting was not punishment. Your waiting was preparation. You were being shaped. You were being protected. You were being aligned. And now, at this very moment, your spirit is ready to receive what once might have slipped through your hands. My precious, the blessing is already moving. Your spirit is already aligning. The 2-minute activation has begun. The 35-second window unfolds around your energy as you breathe. Michael stands close. This is why you feel this pull, this heaviness, this warmth, this clarity, this peace. It is real. My dear one, the next part will tell you something deeper still, the hidden reason why heaven shielded you from certain people, removed certain energies, and blocked certain paths. This truth will silence your doubts forever. Do not stop now. Your spirit enters sacred territory.